Hi guys, this is Nature Guy X46, and today we are talking about snakes. I apologize, I accidentally deleted this. This is a big video, so let's jump into it. There are 3,600 species of snakes, with 600 species being venomous. 7% of that 600 species have medically significant venom. And I can tell you that Eastern Diamondback, the cobras, the sea snake, all have medically significant venom. It will either kill you or injure you in some manner. So snakes can be found on every continent except Antarctica. Snakes are not native to Iceland, Ireland, Greenland, or New Zealand. So basically what I'm saying is, no snakes in those locations. They have managed to live in the ocean with more than 60 species of sea snake. This is a yellow-bellied sea snake, or at least a replica of one. They can also be found in high altitudes at around 13,000 feet. So snakes can be grouped into different groups. We're going to talk about a few of those. The first group is represented by this albino Burmese python. This is the constrictors, and I've grouped them together. This is 41, there are 41 species of python, 40 species of boa, which includes the anaconda. There are the blind snakes, or thread snakes, which are fossorial, meaning that they live in the dirt, they burrow. 300 species of those. The next group are the colubridae, and this group includes animals like the corn snake and also garter snake and a bunch of others, rat snakes. Also important to note that they do have a few medically significant snakes in this group. That is the boomslang and the twig snake, just to name a few. But most of them are not venomous. The next group are your vipidae. And this group includes animals such as pit vipers, true vipers, moxkins, lanceheads, Malayan pit vipers, bushmasters, rattlesnakes, gaboon vipers, rhinoceros vipers, copperheads, cottonmouths, and a ton more. Slightly over 200 species representing that group. And the next group are the elapidae. And this is probably my favorite group because there were so many awesome snakes in this group. So these guys are your death adders, your cobras, your king cobras, your kraits, your sea snakes, your mambas, your coral snakes. Many of these snakes have neurotoxic venom. However, as in everything in nature, there are rule breakers, so more other snakes in that group have different types of venom. Snakes are adapted in many different ways. Scales, like we can see very clearly on this Eastern Diamondback, help the animal to retain moisture and also help to allow the snake to move and not be burdened by friction. So these bottom scales help do that. Another really cool adaptation on rattlesnakes is their rattle, which every time they molt, they gain one segment. And this, we think, was evolved to aid in letting large mammals know where they were at. Snakes also have a really cool anatomical feature. It's hard to see, but right there, this little tube allows them to breathe even when they are eating. Another adaptation or cool anatomy thing is the venom. And the venom is injected into the body of their prey via fangs. These fangs allow the venom to be, injected in, which I already said. They can be lost, and they do lose them on occasion, and can be regrown. The venom is a highly modified saliva whose purposes include to capture prey, aiding in digestion, and of course defense. Another really cool adaptation that snakes have is the tongue, and as well as the Jacobson organ, which sits at the top of the mouth. The snake sends out the tongue, brings it back in, and the Jacobson organ then is able to help them figure out what smells they are, or taste that they are tasting. Some snakes, your pit vipers mainly, actually only the pit vipers that I know of, there may be others who can do this, but pit vipers have these pits, and they're usually pretty close to the eyes. I believe that might be one of them. But these pits help them to pick up the heat signatures of warm-blooded prey, which brings me to another point. Snakes are cold-blooded. That means that whatever degree the environment is, that's how warm they are. So if a snake gets too hot, they will move into a burrow or to the shade and cool down. If they're too cold, they will go out and they will sun themselves. Snakes can also unhinge the lower jaw so that they can actually swallow prey larger than themselves. And their teeth, especially in the pythons and boas, are pointed backwards, and this helps them to hold on to prey. Snakes shed their skin as they grow. In this jar, there is an eastern garter snake shed, a complete shed. Since I deleted this video earlier, I had that out. I don't like to handle it too much, so it's going to stay in the jar. But the shedding also frees them of external parasites. Most snakes do lay eggs, but some give live birth. Snakes like the sea snake and garter snakes, as well as a few others, give live birth. King cobras and pythons lay eggs. What's interesting about pythons is they will actually incubate the eggs. What's neat about king cobras is they will actually guard the nest. Generally, though, eggs are left to hatch on their own. There isn't a lot of parental care. Sea snakes give live birth, like I've already mentioned. And that's basically because they live in the ocean and they don't have time to come on land to lay eggs. So that is definitely something that they do. With that, I am Nature Guy X46, asking you, if you learned anything from this video, to give it a like. Click on that subscription thing. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you know when my next video is going to be out. And with that, I will say goodbye.